Welcome to a new episode of Plots We Have at Home, where we come up with the most unhinged storylines this side of the Atlantic and make ChatGPT do the hard work and make sense of it.
Or not. We read the stories out loud for you, and it's always the first time for both of us hearing them, so you get our unfiltered reactions.
I'm John.
And I'm Danny.
So let's just dive straight into our first story.
Battle ends in tragedy. I have no idea what's gonna happen, and this is new because usually ChatGPT will tell you everything in the very title.
I'm so very proud of it. For once.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. The final battle of the prestigious Pokemon Battle Tournament was about to commence.
This grew on your idea. You said Pokemon like half an hour ago.
I know, I already love it. The stadium was filled with excited spectators, eager to witness the clash between two formidable opponents. Oh my god, did you tell it all the Pokemon it has to send? Oh my god.
Yes, I did.
On one side stood Ash Ketchum, the seasoned Pokemon trainer known for his unwavering determination. On the other side stood director Quentin Tarantino, a surprise entrant in the tournament, renowned for his creativity and unique storytelling. My face hurts. The referee stepped forward, raising his flag. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to witness an epic showdown. Ash Ketchum, the Pokemon trainer extraordinaire, versus Quentin Tarantino, the master director. Are you ready?
He said the word.
The crowd roared with anticipation, their cheers reverberating through the stadium. Ash and Quentin faced each other, their eyes locked in fierce determination. They both released their Pokemon simultaneously, and the battle began. Ash's first Pokemon emerged from his Pokeball, Charizard, the powerful fire and flying type Pokemon. Quentin countered with Peter
Low,
a character portrayed by Nicolas Cage in the movie Vampire's Kiss. Peter Lowe, a vampire, appeared on the battlefield with an eerie aura surrounding him. Charizard, use flamethrower! Ash commanded, hoping to gain an early advantage.
Gee, I wonder if that's effective.
Peter Lowe swiftly dodged the searing flames, his vampire-like reflexes at play. He retaliated with a swift bite attack, catching Charizard off guard. The battle was off to an intense start. Ash quickly adjusted his strategy. Blastoise, I choose you, he called, switching his Pokemon. Blastoise, the mighty water-type Pokemon, stood strong in front of Peter Liu. Quentin, undeterred, ordered Peter to use his supernatural powers to counter Blastoise's water attacks. The battle continued with Ash Venusaur joining the fray against Quentin's Ghost Rider. He's dead. The two Pokemon clashed with powerful moves, creating a dazzling spectacle. Ash and Quentin exchanged words of encouragement and strategic banter, their passion for the battle evident. I just assume towards their Pokemon and not each other.
I thought each other. If they have banter. Plus, it's also very on track for ChatGPT to make them be friendly rivals, I guess.
Okay. As the battle raged on, both trainers were down to their final Pokemon. Ash's Pikachu, his loyal companion, stood ready to face Quentin's ultimate fighter, Castor Troy from Face Off. Castor Troy, armed with golden guns, stepped forward with an air of confidence. Quentin smirked, knowing that victory was within grasp. Pikachu, use Thunderbolt! Ash shouted, hoping to land a decisive blow. But before Pikachu could unleash its electric attack, Castor Troy, with his lightning reflexes, pulled the trigger of his golden guns, firing 2 shots directly at Ash Ketchum's head. The stadium fell into stunned silence as Ash's lifeless body collapsed to the ground. And this is not a violation of...
This was not a violation, apparently.
Gasps and whispers filled the air as the referee called for a medical team to attend to Ash's motionless form. Quentin Tarantino, with a grim smile on his face, declared his victory. The crowd was in shock. So am I, unable to comprehend the sudden and tragic turn of events. Ash is fucking 13 or something.
It's like 15 at the end of the series, I think.
Well, that makes it so much better.
Would it be better if he shot like an adult?
Yes. I mean,
don't know.
Also it's me talking, so no. The battle that was supposed to be a display of Pokemon prowess had taken an unexpected and dark turn. You could say that. Quentin's victory was met with mixed reactions. Huh. Some applauded.
That implies that at least some think that it was a fair plan and game.
Some applauded his unconventional tactics, while others expressed their outrage at the tragic outcome. The tournament officials vowed to thoroughly investigate the incident, determined to ensure the safety and integrity of future battles. As the stadium emptied, a somber atmosphere lingered. The battle had come to an abrupt and shocking end, leaving a lingering sense of unease in the hearts of all who had witnessed it. Okay.
Yes, so, what do you think about it? Oh, Jesus, Mary Christ.
My fucking face hurts so much.
You want to take your face off?
I hate you. Okay.
Cut.
Well. Okay, first of all, I just want to point out this one thing that really, that strikes me. In episode 4, we have this story where Abraham Lincoln kills Damon Salvatore.
Decapitates him.
You should actually also listen to the episode if you haven't already.
What are you doing?
And then ChatGPT turned the whole text red and was like, this could be a violation for our guidelines. Please let us know if this is a violation for our guidelines.
Meanwhile,
this, on the other hand, is perfectly fine. Shooting a kid in the head apparently is not violating the guidelines.
It also apparently is not violating the guidelines of having won the fucking Pokemon battle tournament. So
I mean, also that, because they're like, let's investigate this.
Yeah, let's look into this. Is this fair game? We don't know.
And some of the audience were just like, huh. Well played. No, this was a good... Yeah, no, I did not.
He's thinking outside the box. I like that.
Okay, but seriously. Okay, and first of all, it was so wild to have this whole Pokemon idea, and then apparently Quentin Tarantino has only Nicolas Cage characters as Pokemon.
Yes.
That's what I got right.
That's pretty much the gist of it.
Okay, and then
the base of me making this was having the idea of just putting plenty of Nicolas Cage's characters into the same setting.
Okay, that's kind of fun. And then I also love that you just chose Ash. I mean, you could have chosen everyone from Pokemon, but
you gotta make it the final battle. It's the Showdown episode, so you gotta have the finale of the tournament.
The show is down now.
Yeah, it even said Showdown without me even putting it in the prompt. I'm so proud.
And then I also love that he's instead of shooting Pikachu, which is what I thought would happen, he just fucking shoots the trainer.
Well, I might have specifically told it to do that.
Was that the detail you put in?
I mean...
Also very brave move to just tell ChatGPT to do that. Apparently it's fine.
I mean, I was very, very skeptical because my whole prompt was 50% just names of characters and Pokemon. And being okay, yeah. And then tell us in which order they come out and who gets the better of whom and all that. And especially... after having some not so satisfying results in the previous episodes myself, I was really skeptical at first, but it turned out so great. It did exactly what I wanted it to.
He died
and
the whole
I'm just
time.
All here for it. I think this is my magnum opus so far. Magnum opus. I can't even.
He can't talk anymore. I'm still kind of processing the whole thing. I just also love how it's like you really get into this whole, while reading it, I really got into this whole, oh yeah, no, Pokemon battle, but with Nicolas Cage characters. Okay, cool. They have this like back and forth. Maybe there's a plot twist coming. I don't know. I was like, maybe Team Rocket is coming in. Maybe something.
I was contemplating that.
Maybe Team Rocket is stealing the Nicolas Cage characters. Whatever. And then
Ghost Rider's bike.
I just...
This is a sequel.
I did not see this coming, obviously, at all. And I was just like scanning the text while reading it out loud. I was like, what? Also just love that it like kept talking about like Ash lifeless, and then medical team rushes to his like dead body.
It got so real so quick.
Yeah, it was not like, because sometimes ChatGPT is like implying that he died and stuff like that.
Oh no, it wasn't.
No, it was just very, very graphic.
So yeah, what would you rate this one?
Honestly, I'm all here for it. I would give it a 9 out of 10 because I'm still thinking that there could be like a top-notch major thing happening sometimes.
I see that, yeah.
But it gave me action. It gave me exactly what you wanted. It gave me like
twists
details, and then it gave me major plot twists, and I don't even know what. And it also made me really like laugh because it's also such a thing that's like, oh, the authorities are discussing this. We're gonna find out. But for now, let's just say that was okay. Until proven otherwise.
Yes, we gotta check the rule books first.
That's not in the rule books.
That was like one of my initial thoughts getting this together was just like, yeah, like if you just didn't care about the rules, you could just send your fucking Charizard or whatever after the other trainer, burn him to a crisp, and then be like, yeah, so what are you gonna do?
Nothing anymore.
Yeah. There's like all honor system at this point with the whole Pokemon battle thing, and we all know that
I mean, yes.
Caster Troy isn't a man of honor.
Apparently not. Yeah, I'm gonna process this for a while, but
yeah, it's gonna haunt me for a few weeks.
That was something else.
How's it still writing? Jesus Christ. Why is it multiple parts? I have so many questions. What? Now I'm even more confused. It hasn't even started yet. Okay, we'll just dive straight into it and don't question anything along our ways. So, here comes our second story of the day. Part 1. The Cook-Off. The stage was set for the ultimate showdown between two titans of their respective industries. Frank Rosin, the renowned German TV chef, and Justin Timberlake, the international pop star. You know, as they do. What? The bitter rivalry between them had been making headlines for months, okay? So now they had the opportunity to settle once and for all who was truly the best. Günther Jauch, the famous German TV show host, was chosen as the referee for this unique competition. This is so wild right off the bat, and this is only the first paragraph of part 1. I just saw Ice Age somewhere in that fucking story. Can't. As the crowd eagerly gathered around the outdoor arena, Sid, the lovable sloth from the movie Ice Age, here we go, stepped up to the microphone as the official commentator for the event. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the great cook-off between Frank Rosin and Justin Timberlake. Today, these two rivals will go head-to-head in a battle of culinary prowess. Let's see who can create the most delectable dish using only a hunting knife, 3 ingredients, and the fire pit. Frank and Justin stood side by side, eyeing each other with a mix of determination and arrogance. Oh, here we go. For once, they're not friendly towards each other. You're telling specifically?
They're bitter rivals.
They exchanged a few tense words before the competition began. You may be a pop star, Justin, but let's see if you can handle the heat in the kitchen. I've been honing my culinary skills for years. Oh, please, Frank. Singing and dancing take more talent than cooking any day. Get ready to be outshined. Günther Jauch. Günther Jauch, raised his hand to signal the start of the cook-off, and the two competitors rushed to their stations. Flames roared in the fire pits, casting flickering shadows across their faces. So they're cooking above like open fire now?
Yes, they only have the fire pits and the hunting knife and
true.
3 ingredients.
I forgot. Do they get... and why am I questioning so far? And they're off! Frank and English with that voice is really hard. And they're off! Frank and Justin wasting no time. Let's see what they can whip up with just a hunting knife, 3 ingredients, and their culinary expertise. Frank skillfully diced vegetables and seared a piece of steak, while Justin chose to work with fish and various herbs. The air filled with mouth-watering aromas as the chefs orchestrated their dishes. After an intense hour of cooking, Frank and Justin presented their creations to Günther Jauch for adjustment. Why is he the judge? I am so confused about his like...
I can't even breathe. So, continue. The crowd held its breath as Günther sampled each dish, meticulously The crowd held its breath as Günther sampled each dish, meticulously evaluating flavors and presentation. Frank, your dish is quite exquisite. The flavors are harmonious, and the steak is cooked to perfection. A truly remarkable dish. Frank beamed with pride, while Justin watched with a hint of concern. Justin, your dish is innovative and well executed. The fish is delicate, and the herbs bring out its natural flavors. Excellent work. And now, the moment of truth. Günther Jauch is about to announce the scores. Sid said. After careful consideration, I award Frank Rosin a score of 9 out of 10. A stellar performance. Frank pumped his fist triumphantly while Justin gritted his teeth. Justin Timberlake, you receive a score of 8.5 out of 10, Günther said. A fantastic effort, but just a notch below Frank's dish. The crowd erupted in applause as Frank celebrated his victory. Justin, however, couldn't hide his disappointment. This is outrageous. My dish was just as good, if not better. The competition is rigged. Security guards approached Justin, ready to escort him away. Okay, we're not playing around. You just say a word and you get fucking taken out. One of the security guards happened to be the janitor from Scrubs. Come on, Mr. Timberlake. Let's not make a scene. I'll show you the way out. Justin reluctantly followed the security guard's lead, throwing a temper tantrum along the way. Meanwhile, Frank basked in his triumph, eager to tackle the next challenge. Okay.
Part 2. The Sing-Off. I got a fucking 2-parter here for the first time around. The stage was set for the second round of the competition, the Sing-Off. This time, Frank and Justin would face off in a battle of vocal prowess, performing songs from the German band Tokyo Hotel. Because what else would they sing? The crowd, for any of our international listeners, if you don't know them, please give them a Google, especially the stuff from like 2004 or whatever. I don't know.
2007-ish.
Like way early. Then you know like the good stuff. The crowd buzzed with anticipation as Sid took his place at the commentator's table again. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for the sing-off between Frank Rosin and Justin Timberlake. Prepare to be serenaded with tunes from Tokyo Hotel.
Serenaded, Alter.
Sorry, I'm spitting all over your fucking
It's
table
fine,
too.
you can do that. It's so good. I love every second of this.
Günther Jauch introduced the round, emphasizing the importance of vocal talent and stage presence. The spotlight illuminated the stage as Frank and Justin stepped into their respective positions. You thought you could beat me in the kitchen, Justin? Well, get ready to be outshined once again. Don't get ahead of yourself, Frank. I'm no stranger to the stage. Prepare to be blown away. The crowd cheered as Günther Jauch raised his hand, signaling the start of the sing-off. And they're off! Frank and Justin are about to take us on a musical journey. Let's see who can capture the essence of Tokyo Hotel's iconic songs. Frank belted out the lyrics with raw and passionate energy, commanding the stage with his presence. Justin, on the other hand, showcased his smooth dance moves and impressive vocal range, captivating the audience. The songs resonated through the air, and the crowd swayed to the rhythm. Günther Jauch watched it intently, carefully assessing each performance. Again, like, what makes him the perfect judge for this, like, overall competition? I'm so curious. Frank, your rendition was powerful and heartfelt, Günther said. You captured the essence of Tokyo Hotel's music and delivered an exceptional performance. Frank grinned, feeling confident in his abilities. Justin, your stage presence is undeniable, and your vocal range is impressive. However, I felt that your performance lacked the emotional depth that Frank brought to the stage. The tension is palpable as Günther Jauch deliberates on the scores. Who will take the lead? Sid pondered. After careful consideration, I award Frank Rosin a score of 9.5 out of 10. A captivating performance. The crowd erupted in cheers as Frank soaked in the applause. Justin's face fell, frustration evident in his eyes. Günther Jauch said, Justin Timberlake, your score is an 8 out of 10. A great effort, but Frank's emotional connection with the songs gave him the edge. I love how he performed better in cooking, too. Justin clenched his fists, his frustration boiling over. This is ridiculous. I'm the better performer and everybody knows it. This competition is a sham. I love this so much. The security guard, who is the janitor from Scrubs, approached Justin yet again, ready to intervene. All right, Mr. Timberlake, let's not cause a scene. You have to leave the stage now. Justin grudgingly followed the security guard's lead again, throwing one last angry glare at Frank before disappearing from sight. Frank stood there tall, Frank stood tall, reveling in his triumph as the crowd cheered his name.
Frank! Rose! Okay.
Part fucking 3, because why not? The final showdown.
It gets better or worse, we don't know. Can't actually get better. It's so good already.
The tension reached its peak as the The tension reached its peak as the competitors prepared for the final showdown, a dangerous and challenging parkour course. Günther Jauch explained the rules, emphasizing the need for agility, endurance, and strategic thinking. Sid, the enthusiastic commentator, geared up to describe the daring details of the course. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final showdown. Frank Rosin and Justin Timberlake will navigate a treacherous parkour course, facing obstacles that will push them to their limits. Brace yourself for an adrenaline-fueled spectacle. Frank and Justin stood at the starting line, their eyes fixed on the daunting course ahead. You may have your fancy dance moves, Justin, but let's see if you can keep up with them. You may have your fancy dance moves, Justin, Frank gloated, but let's see if you can keep up with me in the real world. Don't underestimate me, Frank. I'm ready to prove that I'm more than just a pop star. Günther Jauch signaled the start of the final showdown, and the competitors leaped into the action. They're off! Frank and Justin maneuvering through the precious obstacles. This parkour course is not for the faint-hearted. The first challenge was a towering wall, covered in slippery moss. Frank swiftly scaled it, using his agility and experience to his advantage. His experience of slippery moss... His experience
of wall climbing.
Wall climbing.
Know.
Yeah, I know.
There's more to Frank Rosin, apparently.
There's a very deep cut of Frank Rosin lore. Justin struggled for a moment, but managed to hoist himself over the top. Frank takes the early lead with an impressive wall climb. Let's see if Justin can catch up. The second challenge was a narrow beam suspended high above a pool of swirling water. Frank maintained his balance with ease, leaping across the beam effortlessly. Justin, determined to close the gap, wobbled but managed to make it to the other side. They survived the beam. This race is heating up, folks.
Survived.
Didn't I say that?
No, and you did say it. I just love that he's like, they
Oh,
survived.
Okay. The third and final challenge was a series of swinging ropes over a fiery pit. Frank calculated his moves, swinging from rope to rope with grace, because otherwise he would fucking die. Justin's eager to catch up, swung too aggressively and nearly lost his grip. With a burst of adrenaline, he propelled himself to the next rope, narrowly avoiding the flames below. What a daring move, Justin! This is a nail-biting finish, folks, Sid said. As Frank and Justin approached the finish line, the crowd erupted into cheers. They're both pushed to their limits, their competitive spirits in full display. Günther Jauch greeted them, impressed by their performance. Frank, your agility and strategic thinking was exceptional. You conquered the course with finesse. Frank nodded, a mix of exhaustion and triumph evident on his face. Günther Jauch said, Justin, you followed incredible determination and resilience. Your risk-taking paid off in the end. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, Sid gloated. Günther Jauch is about to declare the winner. After a thrilling parkour race, I award Frank Rosin a score of 9 out of 10. A masterful display of skills and perseverance. Frank's face lit up with joy and the crowd roared with applause. Günther Jauch continued. Justin Timberlake, your score is 8.5 out of 10. A valiant effort, but Frank's precise maneuvers gave him the edge. Justin's frustration was evident as he clenched his fist yet again, unable to contain his disappointment. This is ridiculous. I gave it my all, and it still wasn't enough. I demand a recount. The security guard, the janitor from Scrubs, as you remembered, approached Justin, ready to defuse the situation. All right, Mr. Timberlake, it's time to leave. Let's not make a scene.
I also have the feeling that he says the exact same thing every time.
Every single time, yes.
Oh my god, this is...
I mean, he's got, like, the protocol of diffusing situations. It worked every time until now.
I'm literally about to cry, just continue.
Justin grumbled, but he reluctantly followed the security guard lead again, casting one last resentful glance at Frank. Frank embraced his victory, the crowd showering with adoration. Günther Jauch declared him the champion of the ultimate showdown, and the arena erupted in cheers and applause. What an incredible competition, folks! Frank Rosin has proven himself the ultimate victor. His culinary skills, vocal talents, and parkour prowess have secured his place at the top, Sid declared for the audience at home. As the celebration continued, Frank basked in his glory, knowing that he had triumphed over his bitter rival, Justin Timberlake. The rivalry that gripped the nation had finally been settled, and Frank emerged as the undisputed champion. Wow. Jesus Christ. Chapeau.
I want to give first shout out to your voice impression. It was perfection. I loved every second of it. It made the whole story so much better even.
I tried to bring the characters alive during.
You did. And especially Sid as the commentator. It was everything I had hoped for. The way you performed. Thank you.
Thank you so much for appreciating me trying to make sense of whatever the fuck was going on.
I mean, impressions, ideas.
Wow. Okay. Well, I really like I really liked it. First of all, like just straight up, it fucking slapped. just the whole mix of weird German TV personalities with Justin Timberlake out of all people, and then just randomly throw in like the sloth from Ice Age as a commentator. Really like tied it nicely together to make like a coherent picture of a TV show that everybody would watch for sure.
Yes.
Then I don't know, like, did you tell it to have it in as like a 3-parter? I'm so confused about that whole thing. That caught me so off guard.
Okay, so
Like it never happened like that before.
I discovered something when I was giving like really, really long prompts.
Okay.
And then at one point I was just like, you can also divide this into parts if it's easier. And so we just did this whole thing. And I was like, yeah, that's a fun idea. I should use that for the podcast. And this was the one, especially because I gave it, obviously, the 3 disciplines.
Yeah, the 3 obvious rounds of every good showdown. You know, cooking, singing, and parkour.
I mean, to be fair, I wanted to have like one where Frank would actually have like the upper hand. One where I thought Justin would maybe win. And then just one that's like ridiculous. For both of them.
Yeah. Okay, you have to tell me right now. Did you tell it to make Justin lose the singing competition?
No, I said you can choose who wins in the end, and any time actually.
Jesus Christ, I fucking love it. Okay, maybe Günther Jauch was just biased because he knows Frank from German TV, and therefore his emotional levels connected with him better than just like the pure skill at play with Justin Timberlake. But maybe Jesus Christ. Also, did you bury like a detail in there again that I haven't figured out yet?
I mean,
I may have gotten distracted from all the stuff that was happening.
I think it's actually pretty obvious this time. Also because it repeated itself 3 fucking times.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So the janitor from Scrubs being the security guard.
Yes, and I honestly just love that after losing every round, so my idea was these 3 rounds go on. I also thought, they get scores, so maybe, one wins this one wins that one, is very close, and then
like
the final
the
round
overall
determines.
Score.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, and then I thought, in the end, whoever loses will throw a temper tantrum and has to be escorted out by the janitor from Scrubs. I did not see ChatGPT doing that every fucking round. And it was just like, honestly, I loved it. It was really great. It was like a freaking like...
It was very theatrical.
Yeah.
It was like...
And it also perfectly matched the janitor persona, where it's like just always just coming up, doing the exact same thing, very theatrical. And it was wild. But that was not exactly what I told ChatGPT.
Gave me big like Team Rocket energy too, just like the... repeating the thing, doing the thing again, getting angry at it again, and then suffering the same consequences every time.
So that was the detail. I obviously also gave it all like the weird details in the competition, and like I didn't give it the details of the parkour. I just said it's a dangerous and challenging parkour. Okay. Please come up with at least 3 details and tell us what they are.
Did you tell it like what they cooked in the first round, or
I just
did you
told
make it come up with it?
That they can only use a hunting knife, 3 ingredients, and a fire pit.
I'm also not quite sure if they like are the 3 ingredients Justin Timberlake used fish and 2 herbs.
I guess. And Frank used steak and 2 vegetables.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
Also, that is like probably the biggest scam of the whole thing, that Frank Rosin cooked something without a sauce. I don't believe that.
Maybe it's just hard to make a sauce with like less than 3 ingredients.
I also kind of want to mention that they don't even have a pot or anything.
Well, I just kind of took that to be like a given.
I
don't know.
Yes. I just wanted to make it ridiculous, but it's fine. Like, it worked out pretty
well.
Who knows?
I mean, to be fair, both of their dishes could have maybe worked on like an open fire skewer type situation.
Yeah.
I don't know about the diced vegetables, but maybe they were just like raw.
And I also just love the scoring that fucking Günther Jauch gave them.
I fucking love that Justin Timberlake performed better in cooking than in singing.
That was also wild.
Like, singing was his worst round, and I'm
That's
Fuck
fair.
it.
Like the parkour was also better than the singing. Because he didn't feel Tokyo Hotel that much.
Yeah, he didn't get the emotional connection to it
He didn't go through the monsoon, I guess.
after the world. To the end of times.
Beyond the world, I guess.
Who knows? Didn't they actually make that one in English once?
They made a lot of them in English.
Yeah. Ooh, Jesus. Okay.
I will never recover from this. Honestly, I loved it so freaking much.
This is gonna be my first association every single time I'm seeing fucking Günther Jauch from this time on.
You're welcome.
That he, for some reason, is the ultimate judge of any and everything.
Which is pretty much what German TV displays him as.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, he does have sort of a god status in German TV, that's right. Oh boy. Yeah, that's definitely like at least an 8.5 out of 10, if not a 9. No, I'm gonna say it's a 9, maybe even a 9.5. I'm struggling to give out 10s this early.
I know,
in the
same,
show,
because there could be like...
This is probably as close to one that I've read from you yet.
Right? It's definitely the best one I got. And it's also so incredibly long without being tedious. Like, usually when it gets that long, it just repeats all these paragraphs of how they become friends and how they revel on, like, how the world is such a mysterious place and whatever. This one it was just like plain plot the whole time.
It was a very, very strict 3-act structure that just delivered out straight away.
Gonna give it a freaking thumbs up.
Just please do that, so that it knows
I
it
can't.
too.
Where is it? Oh, fucking hell.
Who knows?
There it is.
Oh boy.
Thank you, ChatGPT. This was perfection. Almost.
Yeah. I feel... yeah, I don't think I can put it any better than that. It just was one of the wildest rides we had out here yet, and I'm waiting for the adaptation on Netflix like any minute now.
Oh yes, no, I want to see that. Also, I love that it was so wild that I definitely need to like go outside and take a break now, but in a positive way, because usually whenever that happens, I'm just like, my brain is just like...
fried.
Yes. And I hate the world. And now I'm just like, Team Frank, I guess.
Yes.
Team Blue. That was it. Our 2 stories for today. Thank you so much for listening.
If you enjoyed this episode, please face your rivals in battle, conquer them, and make them listen to this episode. And if you don't like it, remember, we still have more plot at home.